Welcome to the Ultra, ladies and gentlemen. And here's my partner, Andy, how to go through our starting lineups.
The Hotdogs going off with Jerry Codinera. They're going off with Patrimonio, Elmer Cabahug, Elmer Reyes, and Dindo Pomara. And Fernandez going off for San Miguel. Gets the first 2 points of the ball game. And we also have Angeles. We have Alvin Teng, Agustin, and Franz Pumaren for the San Miguel beer team.
The brothers taking on each other. Here's Cabahug trying to score, and he succeeds. We're all tied up at 2.
I remember before they entered the semifinals, both teams were shooting 52% from the field, and that shows that both are good. Both have very good percentages from their shots in a ball game.
They relatively take very good shots at the hoop. The shot selection is quite impressive, and we have a 4-2 count, but here's a play broken up. Fernandez zigzagging, blocked in the air, but we're going to have a foul. By the way, the referees of this ball game are the gentlemen right on your screens right now, Ledesma, Varela, and Chua.
And a foul called against Jerry Codinera. Fernandez coming up with the first 2 points. A steal. He sees Jerry Codinera in front of him. He really would like to take it strong to the hoop.
More and more strands of gray hair along the sides of the franchise. And you were so right in your description earlier. Year after year, there's a new big guy, young guy out to challenge Ramon, but he seems to thrive on the challenge.
Well, it shows that despite the many years that he has played professional and semi-professional basketball, the competitive spirit is still within his heart, no? Because if it is not, then he himself might probably call it quits. No?
Yes, sir. And he does love the competition, even when he goes into golf nowadays. Penetration, excellently run play, anchored on Dindo Pomaren and Jerry Codinera.
Yes, Dindo driving strong to the hoop, forcing the center to come and try to reject that shot, and that left somebody open.
You were so right about Dindo Pomaren not going for the hoop too often. In fact, he has averaged 8 assists per ball game, reaching fouled by the Bullet.
Pumaren getting some instructions on not to give up those kind of fouls. He is a very instrumental player. There are guys that can come into the ball game, but they cannot direct the ball game the way he can for this team.
And they lose a big dimension of speed when he's on the bench. Meanwhile, Fernandez sneaks in a pass, sends it over to RoboCop. Alvin Teng.
It's an 8-4 count in favor of the Beermen.
Hoping to fight and live another day, as you always say. The face with the spin around, batted away by the Beermen. It will stay with the blue shirts of the TJ Hotdogs. 10-17 remaining here in the opening quarter. Earlier today, a victory by
the
Tivolis. Impressive victory. The score then was 115 to 104.
Cabahug is 2 out of 2 from the field. San Miguel still enjoys a 2-point lead. But the shooting is almost perfect on the part of both teams.
That's true. I think I haven't said the word miss yet. There's a block of the attempt by Giselle Angeles, and it will be on Elmer Cabahug.
That's a big mismatch there, and San Miguel Beer quick to capitalize on it. He may not have the finesse of a Fernandez or a Dignadice, but Angeles certainly is going to use his power and his height there against Cabahug if they're going to continue to let Cabahug guard him or switch off against him. No?
Dr. J, I have a question for you. Who reads these mismatches? Does it start from the point guard?
Well, usually it's the coach, no? Because as you field in your starting 5, you try to imagine in your mind what the starting 5 of the opponents will be. Okay, then after the initial first 5 is called, you go back to your bench and you tell your players this, no? Now, sometimes if it happens within a game, then it's your point guard or whoever is there or captain ball telling the other guys.
Hey, let's take advantage of the situation as Cabahug rimming out.
Si Cabahug has to guard Angeles because Elmer Reyes is on Agustin. No?
So we'll keep an eye on those matchups, those combinations, as Fernandez strikes a scoop shot. 11-6 count, 5-point lead by the Beermen.
Now, don't tell me that I talked to Ramon because I didn't see him today now, but I haven't seen him for quite a while outside, except sometimes on the golf course. But I know him when he sees Jerry. There is fire in his eyes.
Meanwhile, that play was broken up by the Beermen. They have been extremely aggressive and active defensively. They have caused 3 turnovers. While in Patrimonio, his first team foul story reveals that the Hotdogs have collected 4 already to a clean slate by San Miguel.
Mapman doing his thing there as Franz Pumaren gets ready to make the throw-in. Commissioner Salud talking with June Bernardino, exchanging notes about this ball game.
Yes, and maybe even the previous ball game as well. So Ramon Medina and Ignacio Goto are there also. Tang executes, and the execution of San Miguel has been impeccable.
That forces Eli Capasio to think about taking away that mismatch, because when the double team comes, somebody's going to be free, and they cut with rhythm. No, they don't cut just by their lonesome. There's a nice pass by Alvin, behind the back pass there to Jerry Cordillera.
Alvin has tried that play on several occasions. I remember him being the focus of one of our Gillette razor sharp plays, using that wraparound pass. 13-8 count. Beermen by 5. Mon Fernandez trying to sneak through the defensive wall. There is a foul.
Elmer Reyes read that move and got the steal off him. Ramon giving up the foul in an effort to get it back.
You'll see it from our floor camera.
It's Elmer taking the ball away and Mon holding on to Elmer Reyes there.
13-8 tally. 5-point lead. Here's Pumaren outside to Alvin Patrimonio. Starts his move, fires a long one. Bingo.
It's about a 5-meter shot, and Alvin certainly has that within his range. In the amateur days, I used to see him take 3-point shots. That would be about almost 7 meters.
That's true. Patrimonio with an average of 21.7 for the TJ Hotdogs.
There's the mismatch again. There's the cut.
Angeles to the open. Missile. It won't go. Broken up by Pumaren. Recovered by Angeles. Here's Pumaren, and they're all set to send it all around the block once more. Failure on that try. Here's the bullet. Whizzing into his front court. The zigzag machine.
Elmer Reyes with that kick and spring there before going up for the shot. San Miguel's lead has been cut down to 1. 13-12 is the count.
6 straight points by the TJ Hotdogs. Nothing from Mato Agustin. Jericho Dinera soars higher for the rebound. Here's Cabahug. Tapped away by Ramon Fernandez. Time remaining 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Opening quarter of action. Baseline pattern. All set to be executed by the TJ Hotdogs. They go low post. Ramon Fernandez trying to bat the ball away. Jericho Dinera fall away spin. Yes.
Well, he seems to like to play against Fernandez also, because when you play against the best, certainly if you play a good game, you're on the top, no?
Brings out the best in you. 16-point average for Jericho Dinera. Here's Ato Agustin. And the foul will go against
Elmer Reyes.
Elmer Reyes, his first.
He acknowledges that, because all of a sudden there's that pivot move by Agustin.
Ato Agustin, so much has been said about his coming out in this conference. Prime candidate. I remember Butch Maniego and Bill Velasco talking about Agustin being a prime candidate for the Most Improved Player award.
Well, that is definitely true, especially if San Miguel can go farther in this tournament and they can come up with a good job in the third conference. The guy certainly has already proven himself that he has the quality to play the pros. He's a two-dimensional player at that too.
I think that has been the trademark of the Most Improved Player through the years, the ability to play both ends of the floor. High in the sky, yes!
A nice pass there by Dinto Pumaren. Fernandez looking at his man, not knowing where the ball was coming from. Second personal foul and a 3-point play for Jerry. You know, I was watching the game the other night, and that was a good choice by Ed Pixon and Kinita Henson for Elmer Reyes, who really did a good job. But second place really for me went to this guy who really played an excellent game there. I mean, way above the games I've seen him play in the elimination round. That was a good game also by Jerry in the last time out against the Alaska Milkmen.
Which was a cardiac affair all throughout. 6:18 to go, 17-15 count. TJ Hotdogs now in the driver's seat. Here's Pumaren, can't disengage, goes to Tang. The short stab results in an arm foul. Alvin Patrimonio tries to cover the face.
Yeah, that's true.
Foul, Patrimonio.
Why should he cover his face? Only in frustration that he was not able to react to the jump shot of Tang, but he got him on the arm. So the two men that you put up in the matchup, both of them have 2 fouls apiece, Fernandez and Alvin Patrimonio.
And one of the players sorely missed by Norman Black is this blue-collar worker, Art de la Cruz.
Art de la Cruz, he might still have the opportunity to come back, but it might take a while, and it really depends on how far San Miguel proceeds in this tournament.
Some of our rookies really encountering major injuries in the first year of their careers. Cabahug is inside, can't get it to fall. Alvin Tang with an authoritative rebound. Ato Agustin, Juan Fernandez, he's a crack in the defensive wall.
There's no choice. Jerry Coutinera had to pick up somebody, and that happened to be Angeles, so nobody was picking up Fernandez. San Miguel takes back a 1-point lead, 18-17.
With 5 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the opening period. Here's Elmer Reyes. Goes to Patrimonio. That gentle touch of Patrimonio down the baseline has worked effectively through the years.
You know, he's a 200-pound player. It's not easy to push around.
Here's Alvin Tang, always matched up against his namesake, Alvin Patrimonio. Here's Fernandez uncorking. Bingo.
Fernandez is 4 out of 4 from the field, 2 out of 2 from the line. He's got 10 in the ball game right now.
Here's Cabahug, nothing off the layup try. Here's Mon Fernandez picking it up. Look at him go like a point guard. Mon Fernandez's pass, however, is deflected by a true point guard, the bullet, and a solo virtuoso simple cold tablet fast break.
It's a nice play for Pumaren, breaking up a possible fast break play for San Miguel and getting the 2 points on the other end. We call that a 4-point swing.
That's true. You have to be extra careful whenever Pumaren is there lurking from behind. Tang snaps. Off the iron, the bullet with the lead pass to Alvin Patrimonio, who will go airborne.
One-handed shot there for Patrimonio, beating the smaller man in that play.
TJ Hotdogs in perfect sync in the last 3 minutes, now in front by 3-20.
Both teams sticking with their original first 5.
That's correct, and we have time down to 4 minutes in this first quarter. Mon Fernandez, Bodinera all over him, but Mon Fernandez ripping the net again, 12 points. Action all the way as Fernandez breaks up this pass intended for Patrimonio.
That pass was a little bit late. If it had come earlier, Patrimonio was way free.
Tang bobbles his dribble, and there's arm contact. Welcome back. 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. 23-22 tally. A 1-point lead by the TJ Hotdogs. Pumaren snaps quickly. Won't go. And Capaccio is in the ballgame for the first time. Penetration. Still nothing. Action going at next speed as Capaccio drills in his first pair.
Well, Capaccio is proving to be the new Freddy Hobalde, because I knew before he took the shot that he was going to use the bank, and Freddy really loved that kind of a shot.
That's true. Outside attempt won't go. Inside action, Jeffrey Graves is in the ballgame for the first time. Josel Angeles trying to be as patient as ever. 25-24 count, 1-point lead for the TJ Hotdogs. You can hear the rain in the background.
So just stay where you are.
Yes, sir.
And enjoy this game.
Patrimonio double team on him. What a way to get the ball over to Pumaren. Pumaren couldn't shoot though. Capaccio can't ring the bell from the outside. The bullet uncorks. Too strong. He gets his own miss. Nowhere to go to. Alvin from way out. Foul before the shot.
Yes, just a side court throw in here. The Hotdogs already have 17 fouls. San Miguel will pick up its 13th foul as we have another timeout after this shot.
Timeout, San Miguel Beer.
Welcome back, Philippines. 2:30 to go. First quarter action. Elmer Reyes sends it over to Capaccio.
Bobby Jose is in the ball game quickly in the double team against Patrimonio. He bangs against Alvin and gives up a foul.
Checking the number of team fouls, we find out that the TJ Hotdogs already in penalty, while San Miguel has collected 4.
2 consecutive fouls here for San Miguel.
Capaccio's turnaround shot deflected just a bit, but enough by Ato Agustin. Yes, indeed, good defense. 2:10 remaining, 1-point lead by the TJ Hotdogs. Sibling rivalry down on the floor.
Only in basketball
Yes.
and only inside the court.
That's true.
Pumaren making up for his earlier miss on that pass from Fernandez when he had an underneath the basket shot by making this one from 4.5 meters.
Pushes San Miguel in front by a point, 26-25. Elmer tries with 3. He was hollering short, 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 and indeed it was short. Agustin with a good catch. Bobby Joe. Graves. Yes.
Again, San Miguel doing well off the offensive boards. Earlier there was Angeles. This time there was Graves. And the reserves giving points off the offensive boards to give San Miguel a 3-point lead, 28-25.
Alvin Patrimonio. Graves trying to deny him the baseline. A pass anticipated by Bobby Jose, looking for a teammate, and it's taken away by Dindo.
A 5-on-3 situation here. Elmer Reyes finishes it off, but he also gets fouled, so he has a 3-point play coming up.
It is so hard to stop Elmer Reyes once he starts that zigzag motion. And who can stop a zigzag machine at that?
Not only is it hard to stop, but the guy has the presence of mind to come into the picture, no?
I think those years of playing trailer for San Miguel has augured well for his career. He knows where to position himself on 3-on-2 breaks or 2-on-1 breaks.
This
The
time
pace.
it's Alvin with an offensive rebound, but he doesn't get it in, and Jeffrey Graves gives them no second chance.
Yes, sir. No easy shots. The rule has been invoked by San Miguel Beer. Hook pass inside, anticipated by Elmer Reyes. Here comes a simple cold tablet fast break, but it won't be so as the TJ Hotdogs throw an errant pass. And Terina comes in.
And Terina comes into the ball game for Elmer Reyes, who got that steal. Pass a little bit too strong and too wide for Dindo to pick up.
Well, Enterina might as well be called the stick man, as he loves to take charge of the point guard of the opposing side. 36 seconds remaining. Fernandez trying to disengage. Wide body of Cordillera in his path. Turnaround shot by Ato Agustin. Nothing but net.
He had a mismatch there.
Agustin with his second field goal. Beermen with a 3-point edge. You can hear the hollering downstairs. Jetty with a turnaround. Yes. Fernandez looking in front of him, looking behind. Just missed. We do hope you're enjoying this ball game wherever you may be on this rainy Tuesday evening. Hotdogs with a down by a point at this start of the second quarter. Nelson Azaiton has been introduced into the lineup of the TJ Hotdogs.
Well, both centers were taken out. Fernandez and Cordillera going off the court at the same time. Azaiton seeing action for the first time. And Albin Teng coming back for Ramon Fernandez. Hotdogs shooting very well from the field. But San Miguel getting some more rebounds and some follow-up shots there in the first half of play to take a 1-point lead. First quarter of play.
Kapashi with a fake. Rim rattler.
Fadeaway shot.
Yes, still goes in. I think he really uses that square above the rim as his target.
Which is the thing to do.
Yes. Which is the target of people who love to bank their shots. Abed Gidabin, Freddy Ubalde, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And even in the old NBA, Sam Jones.
Very
Penetration.
nice execution of a play. Wood screen, and Kapashi was too late to fight it. Get around to go to Bobby Jose.
A minute all set to go by in the opening stages of the second quarter. Two Beermen flying high for that rebound after that miss by Capascio. Agustin sends it over to Jeffrey Graves. He had the basket earlier underneath. There's Bobby Jose, pulls up quickly against Capascio. Bingo!
4 points in the ball game now for Bobby. Beginning to get some confidence here as he begins to bloom here in the semifinals.
Yes. He sputtered at the start of the conference, seemed to be in limbo, but he's regained his confidence. This play has been tried time and again, but it is unsuccessful on this try. 10 and 19 to go, 3-point lead by the Beermen. Pumaren inside the Graves, hit the iron. Patrimonio blocked by Agustin. Graves gets a second try.
And the speed is really blinding in this ball game as everything is going back and forth here. San Miguel has now taken a 5-point lead on a 6-0 run here.
You're so right, Dr. J. Nothing but blurs of blue and white on the floor right now. 9:44 to go. 5-point lead by the Beermen. Somebody in the manual scorer board is sleeping again. It's 32-31 there. The real score is 36-31.
Patrimonio is now being replaced by Jerry Cordillera. Agustin is being replaced by Romy Lopez. Norman getting points even from his bench.
And Terina, who entered in the latter portion of the first quarters, rings the bell.
I remember the last game I was watching on TV. He missed his first shot by almost like an air ball, but then he began to pump in the points, and he really caught the defense by surprise.
We were so surprised that he began to score.
He's a tough player. Yes. And Franz Pumaren hits this one from about 20 feet.
Second field goal by Franz Pumaren. 9:05. That's the time we have left here in the second period. They're trying a high post play, but instead they go to the low post area. Turnaround shot, Jerry Cordillera using the glass. 38-35 count. 8:46 remaining. Here's Pumaren, bottled up in the corner, sends it to Teng. Romy Lopez trying to shake himself free. Shot clock is down to 9 seconds. Bobby Jose tries to pick up speed, forced to pass off to Graves. Will use the glass. No!
That's a nice setup job there by Bobby Jose.
Nothing but blue shirts in the shaded area to get that rebound. Downstairs to Asaitono. A dynamo at work. Yes!
Both of the teams play almost the same way. That's nice, very nice to watch, both offensively and even some of the patterns that they perform in the ball game.
Here's Pumaren trying to create a drive and draw, and a pick and roll which didn't succeed. Lopez try, won't go. 38-37. Chance now for the TJ Hotdogs to move in front by a point. Send it over to Glenn Capaccio. Pumaren with a fine cut, but a little too strong as he embraces referee Varela.
Pumaren.
So Pumaren is now being relieved by Cabahug, and that's Dindo who is being relieved.
Yes. Whoops. Swing night that faces. 7:39 to go.
That's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night. There's Romy Lopez. Jeffrey Graves. Great screen by Graves, but no success in that try. Even Enterina dropped to the deck. Cabahug can't pull the trigger. Nothing there. Jerry Cordillera. Everybody asking for the basketball. Jerry doesn't know where to go now. He goes to Cabahug. Asaitono. It won't count. You know, we're not exactly full house here at the Ultra, but the noise level is extremely high.
It's basically because of the heavy rains. Now, I thought that maybe we might have lost about 2,000 more patrons. So Graves is replaced by Fernandez, and Dignadis is seeing action for the first time, coming in for Bobby Jose.
7 minutes and a second remaining. Second quarter.
Big lineup there for the San Miguel team.
Oh, yes. Unsuccessful try by Asaitono. Teng controls the rebound. Pumaren pushes it up. Juan Fernandez saw an ounce of daylight and went right through, but was fouled going in.
Foul, Asaitono.
Nelson Asaitono collects his first personal.
Pumaren.
And now Franz Pumaren will get his first rest of the ball game as Ato Agustin steps in.
Ramon will go to the 15-foot line on that foul as Elmer Reyes is being tapped to come back into the ball game.
Juan Fernandez already with 13 points. And Terina will get a rest as Elmer Reyes, who started out earlier for the TJ Hotdogs, is called back for active duty. 6:41 remaining.
San Miguel enjoying a 3-point lead here, 40-37. Very close match in the offing.
Yes, in fact, the first quarter ended at 30-29 in favor of the Beermen. Biggest lead enjoyed in the game, a 7-pointer by San Miguel. Asaitono thwarted. Cordillera successful.
Well, he's flawless from the field. That's Jerry Cordillera. He already has 15 points.
That's
7
true.
out of 7 from the field here for Jerry.
Just 1 point short of his average. Here's Romy Lopez. Cabahug eyeball to eyeball with him. Lopez sinks it. Lopez with an average of 8.8 points, trying to fight that screen. It is Lopez slapped with this personal foul.
Foul, Lopez.
His first. Number of team fouls so far. We have 4 on San Miguel, 1 on the TJ Hotdogs, and we have a timeout. From Ramon Fernandez, there is a foul.
Romy Lopez acknowledges the foul. He pushed Jerry Cordillera from
Foul,
behind.
Lopez.
Second personal foul of Lopez, and that will bring San Miguel's team foul total to 5 compared to only 1
For the Hotdogs.
For the Hotdogs, the only one who committed the foul for the Hotdogs was this guy, Asaitono.
Seems to be a different story from the first quarter where the Hotdogs got into
Foul,
penalty while
Teng.
San Miguel kept themselves clean from being into the penalty situation. Teng giving up another foul. That will be the 16th foul now. San Miguel still protecting a 3-point lead.
By the way, if you just joined us, 115-104 was the winning score of the Tivolis against the Alaska Air Force. Zaldi Realubit with a 23-point and 13-rebound performance.
One of his better games, maybe the best so far, no?
Career high, in fact.
And together with Kaidik, they propelled the team in to that victory against the Alaska Milkmen, who now have to go up against Diet Sarsi.
That's on Sunday, Dr. J.
Yes.
Here's Mon Fernandez. Giants taking on each other, sneaking through. That's a miss. Rebound, Cordillera controls. 42-41, San Miguel by a point. Reyes, lead pass to Cabahug. The shot is, no, not going to sink. They tried to thread the needle, unsuccessful try. Asaitono goes and leans in.
But he didn't see Jerry Cordillera free underneath the basket, so he just took it strong. And it was a good break for him that went in. The pass was, could have easily given them 2 points.
You know, just like the first game, you can sense that both teams hungry for a victory.
That's the way it is in the end game.
Yes.
And we are nearing the end of this semi-final round.
Tang forces it up.
Yes, there's a foul on Cordillera who moved when he was
Foul,
underneath.
Cordillera.
Second personal of Jerry
Lopez.
Cordillera. Lopez will sit down as Pumaren reports back in. Jerry Cordillera will now have a mini conference with Eli Capascio. So we take a look at Tang. 7 points, make that 8.
Teng missing the second one.
And we're tied at 43. Second deadlock in the ballgame. Jerry Cordillera sends it out to Capascio. 2-man game on the left flank. Spin around, not yet. This time it won't go. And a loose ball foul off the rebound. Referee Chua and Ledesma simultaneously calling it.
Over the back foul they're called
Foul,
against
Asaitono.
Asaitono. That will be second. And the third team foul called against the Hotdogs. Tied ball game at 43 all.
Both teams coming out of victories. Juan Fernandez sways left, sways right, goes for the hole.
I like the way you put it. Huh?
Sounds like golf, huh?
Yeah, swing. Swing is bad for golf swing.
Too much movement, no?
Yes.
Here's Capascio, right of the keyhole, bingo!
Quality ball game being displayed by both squads. 45 all is the count. Not giving an inch, both
That's
squads.
true. Capascio, who has been shooting at a 13.2 clip, currently with 6 points. Here's Mon Fernandez. Tells Agustin to move over. That shot is a tad short. Against the sea of blue, the TJ Hotdogs pick it up quickly. Here's Reyes. Starts
Zigzagging
that
again.
Zigzag machine move. Cabahug, bingo!
Cabahug had missed 3 in a row prior to that jumper of his. usually easy open shots, but this one, he obliged Elmer by hitting it and giving the Hot Dogs a 2-point lead.
Nip and tuck affair early on in this first half. Ball is knocked away. By the way, as Angeles comes in, we'll tell you about KP at the half when we return after this timeout. With a 47-45 count in favor of the TJ Hot Dogs, will it count? No, it will not. Let's check.
Yes, it will count,
It
and
will.
the illegal defense will be taken away because it was simultaneous. The violation of the illegal defense was simultaneous to the shot of Ives Dignadice.
Team manager Ding Panganiban seeking clarification on the matter, and, well, it will stick. We're now tied at 47. Which is our fourth deadlock. Low post action. Fernandez forcing that turnover. Big man going at each other, and a foul against Jerry Cordillera, his third.
Mon baiting him and Jerry biting there. Useless foul to give up because he's not going to take the ball away from Ramon there.
Excellent view. That's how it looks from the bleachers here at the Ultra. But they don't have the chance to zoom in, of course. And you have that opportunity, you at home. 2:28 to go, 47 all.
Angeles, by the way, is also back in the ball game.
Carve some room for himself.
Difficult shot, you know. The young men, the young players coming in with some surprises. Polistico did that earlier.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
It's been quite a while that we see guys like that make that kind of a move.
Giant steps by the young PBA Cagers. Cabahug strong to the hoop. Nothing there. But he will visit the stripe. Angeles with a wide grin on his face.
Cordillera.
Field goal percentages on your picture.
Still very high for both of the squads. Hot Dogs 50%. San Miguel a little bit better as Cordillera is now replaced by Patrimonio.
Hot Dogs shot 64% in the first quarter of play.
That's right. So if they continue that pace, they will be around the 55-56 margin at the end of the half. No?
Well, by the way, Boy Cabahug is the subject of KP at the half with Romy Quintanar in charge of our second game. KP at the half, the lives and times of Boy Cabahug, who fulfilled his father's dream and is now chasing his own. And don't forget, Romy K will be joined by Dr. J.
Romy K is kababayan.
Yes.
And Elmer Cabahug.
Nose dive by Capascio. Might as well call it a back spin. Look at this once more.
Cabahug.
Sebastian now being replaced by Dindo Pumaren. Well, good for him. He knew how to fall. He could
Yes.
have gotten hurt there with all those pump fakes.
49 all is our tally. Fifth deadlock. Turnaround shot. Short. Beermen aggressive with their defensive
Yes.
hands. Here's Franz Pumaren. Reyes is on him. They have a lot of time on their shot clock. 15 seconds now. Pumaren. Open is Angeles. It is on its way. It won't go.
Again, another offensive rebound.
Agustin.
Another
Dignadice.
offensive.
Beermen rather beginning to pounce the offensive glass. Reyes. Touch pass over to Reyes. The scoop shot. Air ball.
Well, Elmer was throwing up a prayer in that last play. He was just hoping for something to happen because he got the pass off position.
That's correct.
52 seconds left here. San Miguel enjoying a 2-point lead. Still a very, very close match.
Intense all the way, but definitely clean all the way. Dignadice, almost double dribbled there. Angeles is tagged, but it's a dish off. What a lucky break for the Beermen.
Well, breaks can help you win a
Yes.
ball game. As we saw in the first game, the Tivolis, almost always the loose ball recoveries would go to them, and they certainly took advantage of that.
Especially Onchi De La Cruz. He was so shocked at times. Even Gerald Desplanat to find out that
Just
the ball
keeps
was
on
in front of
bouncing
him.
to them, yes.
Hotdogs, I believe, can still give up some fouls.
They do have 2 fouls to give up. But obviously, some of the players cannot give up fouls because, like Patrimonio, he has 2, I think.
That's true.
And Nelson Asaitono already has 3, I think. So, oh, there's a steal, and Asaitono will have an easy 2 points. What a big break there.
Yes, Pumaren was actually going for the arm, and he ended up with a steal. Cabahug, guilty of the 16th foul of the TJ Hotdogs, the second on Cabahug.
It was not a bad foul.
Yes.
He was sorry about it because he didn't really want to give up a foul, but it could turn out to be good for them. No? There's another steal.
Yes, Pumaren initiating it, and he will go straight for the hole. 4-point swing, Dr. J.
And see, that foul turned out to be good.
Back to square one, but it's time for KPF with Romy K and Dr. J after the